Just take your time.
Be gentle when you put it in.
We're also going to change the front motor mounts.
Those the mounting ones as well.
Someone out there may have asked, so now they don't have to.
Well, and when you are, master wrench and ride, customizing professionals. You know where I learned that from? My sister-in-law. Welcome to Wrench and Ride Customs. Today we've got some work in the shop to do. Kevin, what are we doing on your Road King?
Well, we're going to do 3-hole oil change. Actually, 2. We're going to do oil and transmission. We've got a motor sprocket coming to replace the compensator. So we're not going to bother doing that one just yet because that's coming sometime next week. We're also going to change the front motor mounts today. So stay tuned.
Yeah, and the reason that we have to drop the oil and the transmission fluid, one, we're going on a big trip later this week, so I want to make sure that's done. But 2, in order to do the front motor mount, you have to remove the oil filter, so you got to do the oil anyway. And we've already shown you how to do a complete service on a touring motorcycle, so I'm going to link right now to that video. Make sure if you haven't watched it, you go back and watch that one. It was actually on the Road King, so you're going to be right up to date. All right, Kev, let's get wrenching so that later we can go riding.
Oh, yeah.
So while Mr. Kevin is doing his transmission or oil right now, I thought I would get a jump on the motor mount. And what I did is on the right side of the bike, where your rear brake is, I took the floorboard off, which is just a couple Allen bolts. You're looking at an 8 mil or 5/16. Be careful. I got a couple of them off of the 5/16, and then one of them, it just didn't feel right. So I put the 8 mil on, and then it felt a lot better. I just didn't want to strip that. After that, you take the nut off of the rear foot brake pedal. So here, I'm just going to show you that. So the floorboard is no longer there. This nut here, there's a flat washer and an O-ring, okay? And in order to get that off, I used a 5/8 wrench. So that worked good. And now this whole assembly here, including this bracket in behind, which holds the reservoir, holds the brake pedal on, it's all kind of one unit. And if you take all of them out, I've got one bolt there left holding it in place. And when I do that, what you have to be careful of is that hard line right there. So that hard line right there can be damaged. So you're going to have to take the whole thing off very carefully and just set it down here so no damage is done. That gives us access to the front motor mount. So you can see I just took the whole assembly off and rested it on the bench. And then that hard line is not being kinked, and then we have access to the motor mount. So there we go.
So before we remove the motor mount, we certainly want to make sure that we have the engine braced. So we're just going to slip our jack under here. Put that right there. And we'll just make sure that the engine is supported for when we remove the motor mount.
So you're not really jacking it up.
No, just supporting it.
You're just supporting it. Okay, makes sense. Now, we've removed the oil filter, and down in here, you can see we got a wrench. There's 2 bolts, or a nut and bolt there, nut and bolt right there. And those are 9/16 on the top and 9/16 on the bottom. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the wrench on the top, and Kevin's going to go from underneath, and we'll remove those bolts. So that's what we do next. So that actually wasn't too bad. Well, I'm just saying breaking that bolt. You reefed on it. I was holding the wrench. Not too bad.
With my vice-like grip.
Exactly.
I finished.
There's a flat washer there. I got it.
Now, one thing you got to be careful of while you're doing this is the wiring that's underneath here. So you've got your rectifier wiring that's under here, so you don't want to pinch any of that while we're removing or putting in. We're going to have to clean these up. It's very dirty and grimy, all the road grime, right? Plus all the oil from the oil filter. You guys know that oil filter, what mess that makes. I'm sure you do if you do your own work. So, all right, let's continue and get on to this next bolt.
Okay, we did forget to do something. You're supposed to technically remove this stabilizer. Now, if you've got a stock one, it'll look a little different. That's an aftermarket one. We're already into the job, so we're going to leave it alone. What that stabilizer bar does is it keeps the engine moving from left to right and keeps the whole drivetrain in line, right? So that things are going down the highway nice and straight. We're having a little bit of difficulty getting that front motor mount out. So right now we're just adjusting the jack. We're just moving things a little bit, just trying to get everything lined up where we can get that motor mount out.
I got to take this off because I have to lift the engine up even higher.
Okay.
Because there's bushings.
Oh, okay.
That we have to get through or pass. So we got to lift it up high enough to get past those. So I'm going to take this off so it doesn't put any more pressure on it.
As Kevin just mentioned, looks like you do have to, because if you have to jack the bike up high enough or the motor up high enough to get that out, blah, blah, blah. So we did. This is a T45 Torx. We just undid the one side from the frame. And the reason we chose that side is because the other bolt was too snug and this one was easier. So we picked that side. Yeah. Doesn't really matter which one you do.
Easy's better. So you see all your wiring down in there?
Yeah.
Right? So you want to be careful. And then, so this is why we had to jack up the motor to clear this. Now it's obvious that the other one stayed inside the motor.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll want to pull that out so that we'll put that back in once we clean this up and change these motor mounts. We've got our new motor mounts.
What's the part number on that?
09330133 from Drag Specialties. So if you're in Canada, you can get these from various different online distributors. I got these from Fortnite. All right. And we are in no way affiliated with or sponsored by Fortnite, but we do spend money there, so I hope they appreciate it. All right. So for leverage, so we gently put this in the vise because now we're going to have to remove these bolts that hold these motor mounts in.
And I believe that's what, 3/8 Allen?
It's a big sucker, whatever one it is, 3/8, yeah. All right, so there's the first motor mount off.
So let's talk about that notch.
These are in comparison side by side. You can see how this is worn and the shape of this and its positioning. This is the new one. So it's definitely worn and my bike was vibrating more than it normally should. So if you look on the mount here, there's this little notch right there. And on the new mount, there's a notch. So you just make sure that you line that up.
So when the male part goes in the female part.
Pretty much. That's
just the nature of
natural.
The world.
Right. Okay, so we're going to have to clean these bolts up, put on some Loctite, because this is a Harley and we know they vibrate. And
grab those the mounting ones as well.
We're going to remove the other mount and go from there.
One thing I wanted to point your attention to as he does that is you see there, the rubber actually wore through and we got metal right there, which means if that hadn't been addressed, we would have had metal on metal, done some damage, but we caught it just in time. Wrench and ride. We all like the riding part, but you got to wrench on your bike, man. You got to wrench on your bike.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to ride, you got to keep it on the road, man. All right. So I am reinstalling the new motor mount. As you can see, I used Loctite.
Not an affiliate.
So these are supposed to be torqued to 40 foot-pounds. These,
and is that like 40 foot-pounds critical, or is that like a one ooga and you're happy.
I'm good with that. But for all those out there,
Like
who,
Mr. And who always likes to, do it the right way, except for all the stuff I don't do the right way that I try to get away with. But when it comes to torque wrenches, that I'm going to do right.
Right. So I'm going to use this torque wrench right here.
Oh, you're killing me. Can I just get a torque wrench and do it?
Yeah, well, we're going to have to get the right, I don't know if we have the right size. If we have the right size, that's fine. Do we have the right size?
Good question. All right, it's your bike.
That's probably 40. Okay.
Is that 40, Kevin?
That's 40, bro. All right. So, as we showed you before, one of those stayed in the motor, but we got it out. So, put those back in. Now we're ready for the install.
Okay, I have a question, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
And I genuinely don't know the answer to this question. Is this directional? Meaning, can you put it in backwards? Like, does it have to go this way?
It is directional.
It is directional?
Yeah. So, you see here, these nibs. You see the difference?
Yeah.
These nibs here. These nibs face forward. Also, it says HD.
So that's forward. That's facing the front wheel.
That's facing the front.
All right, cool.
Good question, Jamie.
Well, every now and again, this guy has a good idea or is asking one good question.
No, man, that's great. Because you know what? If you wouldn't have asked, someone out there may have asked. So now they don't have to.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Man, I'm telling you, stay tuned because the knowledge, the info is coming free. Yeah, man. Okay. All right. We got this cleaned up a little bit.
Well, and when you are, master wrench and ride, customizing professionals, then you know all the answers. But when you're amateurs like us, you don't know anything.
Yeah.
And so you got to figure it out as you go along.
Now, at first I was like, who are you talking about? All right. So Jamie was working on the top end. I was working on the bottom. So there's washers on the bottom and there's also washers on the top. So make sure not to forget. Now, I'm going to put this in. Remember, nibs to the front. And also, be careful about your wiring. Just take your time.
Be gentle when you put it in so you don't ruin the wiring.
Just wiggle it a little bit. And there it is. Okay.
Enjoy. Is that an innuendo, Mr. Innuendo?
Oh, man.
You know where I learned that from? My sister-in-law.
Yeah, it's her fault.
Yeah. That sweet mother of three used to be quite the character.
There it is, boys and girls. Okay. So now
you can see that it is back in place and ready for some hardware.
Right now.
Is there a torque spec for the bolts?
40.
40? So everything's 40. And that we can do because that is just a 9/16 socket.
These have to be tight in here. So as we were putting the bolts back in, the bolts basically pushed these straight out. And we can't be having that. So I spread it so that it'll grab this tightly.
A little bit of patience. Sometimes you got to stop and say, let's think this through. Bet you one of those professional people have some sort of like tool or something that they use. Or maybe not.
Oh, well, I guess if I try to put it in the right. Okay. That's why it wasn't fitting, because I was putting it in the wrong side. I was putting it in the wrong hole, Jamie, and it just wasn't going.
Yeah, well, that happens.
And I started doing the exact same thing. Imagine that. There, that's tighter.
Did that feel tighter going in?
Yeah, I was definitely tighter going in, and I knew it was the right hole. It slipped. It went right where it was supposed to, just the way it was supposed to. So That's
with
it's
just
always a good sign
just enough friction there.
to make sure that it had a good grip.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to try this again.
Okay, motor mount is replaced.
Woo!
Kevin, roughly how long did that take us?
Well, we've never done it before, and it only took us an hour and a half since we started, and that includes doing the transmission and the
And the oil change.
the main oil change too. So
Yeah, so take your time, an hour and a half.
yeah, it wasn't bad. Of course, it went smoothly. We didn't run into any major problems, so that was awesome.
If we can do it, so can you.
Yeah, no.
And now we're going to tackle T-bar handlebars for the Road King. So that's what's next.
So we're gonna have to take it off a little. Things first, we're gonna have to remove this fairing. So far, so good. As you can see, we've taken off this massively bulbous headlamp.
But in a second, you're going to see it with the fairing on, and I think it's going to look great.
Oh, it's definitely gonna look.
Yeah, and we're going to go take the bikes for a little test ride. Kind of got more of a street glide look now. That fairing's more upright.
Yeah, I like it.